What happens when you need to make a lot of money really fast? In this video, I'm revealing 7 legit strategies to make $10,000 fast. Some are pretty extreme, but all of them will make you money. We're talking how to make money fast today on Let's Talk Money.
Beat debt.
Make money.
Make your money work for you.
Creating the financial future you deserve.
Let's talk money.
Joseph Hogue with the Let's Talk Money channel here on YouTube. I want to send a special shout out to everyone in the community. Thank you for taking a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. So we talk a lot about passive income and creating income sources here on the channel, but what happens when you just need to make a lot of money really fast? What are some strategies you can use to add 10 grand to your bank account as quickly as possible? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. 7 ways to make $10,000 in as little time as possible. Now, some of these strategies are a little weird. Some work within months while others are going to take a little longer. But all are 100% legit. None involve gambling or taking risk, and every single one will make you $10,000 fast. Our first strategy is starting your own meal service business, and this one is trending huge right now. Now, I love this idea for a small business or just to make some quick cash. Face it, most of us hate spending time in the kitchen. The average family spends over $3,000 a year eating out, and some groups like my own Gen X spend over $4,000 a year. That's over $350 a month eating out and doesn't include the thousands or so on groceries every month. Now, I actually think people would spend more eating out if it wasn't so damn expensive, and that's where you come in, offering home cooking at half the cost of a restaurant. Think about it. The average dinner out for a family of 3 is over $50, and most families are out there just because they don't want to have to cook. And this doesn't have to be a big business. If you cook just 3 meals a week and have an average 5 customer families each meal, you're making $300 to $500 profit each week. And the best part is, if you're cooking for your own family, it's something you have to do anyway. It costs less than $5 a plate to cook at home, and meal delivery businesses typically charge between $10 to $15 a serving. That's a 200% profit on your costs, and there are a few things you can do to make this even a bigger moneymaker. First is that you want to plan a menu for each week. This means you're not making dinners to order. People aren't calling you up like it's a restaurant. You plan on making a specific meal each night. You take pre-orders from a website or social media a night or two in advance so you have an idea of how much to make. Now, this really cuts down on the cost because you're making one meal in bulk to feed your own family and all your customers. Also, while you're preparing your meal plan, look for the meals you can make with the biggest profit. A study by Wellio found the difference between restaurant prices and home cooking as high as $32 a serving for some dinners. Some dinners like teriyaki chicken and broccoli Alfredo pasta even cost less than $2 a serving to make. Now, you can offer delivery for an extra fee or just include it in the cost. Any way you do it, this one can grow into a full-time moneymaker. Now, our next way to make $10,000 fast is by creating and flipping website domains. There are actually 2 strategies you can use here, and you don't need any technical skills to do it. The first strategy is less profitable but also takes less time. You buy a website through a site called Flippa or through a network of bloggers, so we're talking a legit website already with content and some age. Then you boost traffic, increase sales, and flip it inside of 3 months. Now, I did this with a dating website I bought in 2015 from another blogger. This site was making less than $100 a month, but had legitimate content, and I knew the blogger had genuinely tried to make it work. That's the key with buying a website. It has to be a legit site and not some spammy site set up to sell. I bought the site for $500 and started boosting traffic with regular posts and some search engine optimization. I was able to increase income to $350 a month within 3 months and ended up selling it for over $5,000 9 months later. That's a $4,500 profit on one site alone, and I know people that do this full time, working 5 or 6 sites at a time. Now, Flippa.com makes it easy to buy and sell websites, though you'll also want to get involved in an online community of bloggers to pick up other sites. Now, I'll share some ideas on boosting traffic and income next, but that second strategy is just going to be to create new websites for sale. Now, this takes a little longer because you're probably looking at about 6 months working on a site before you can sell it. But it's also a little easier because you don't need any money to buy the sites and you don't have to spend time searching for legit sites for sale. Now, it costs less than $50 to set up a blog, including a year's hosting and some paid plugins. In fact, you can get started on less than $4 a month with Bluehost for web hosting and get up to $200 in advertising credits. I was making over $200 a month within 6 months of starting my blogs, which would sell for about $3,000 if you were going to flip it. Whether you're planning on creating sites for sale or just flipping, there are a few things you can do to boost traffic and income that's going to get you a better price. First is to get involved in a community of bloggers, either one in a specific niche or just general blogging. Look for groups on Facebook that are active in posting but not just spamming their recent article. You'll learn a lot from these groups, and they'll be an instant source for sharing your articles and ideas. Second, don't try to be on every social platform for your blog. You don't need to jump on the newest platform. Just focus on building a community on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest at first by sharing your posts and engaging with others. For new blogs with little Google traffic, this is going to be the biggest source of your traffic at first. Finally, make sure you diversify your income on the site. This is the biggest mistake I see with bloggers where maybe they rely exclusively on ads or affiliate income. By doing some sponsored posts, printables, and even self-publishing, you can grow a blog to making a couple $100s a month very quickly, and it's going to be more consistent. Now, I've got an entire playlist of videos here on the channel about starting and building a blog, so I'll leave a link to that in the video description below. Third on our list of making 10 grand fast is selling shit. Literally. No lie. A company in Medford, Massachusetts called Open Biome actually buys fecal samples for $40 a pop. They use the samples to help doctors treat infections of a bacterial infection called Clostridium difficile, and you can earn a $50 bonus if you come in 5 days a week. Now, this one isn't really going to be an option for most people since you have to be local to Medford, but I just couldn't resist. What it does show is that you have to keep an open mind and look at every possibility. Your $10,000 payday is out there if you're open to those weird ideas. Next on our list is a little more traditional, and that's to get started freelancing. Now, this one is a little harder to talk about because there's so much you can do freelancing. Basically, it's just working independently, so anything you do at a traditional 9-to-5 can be freelanced at home and on your schedule. The trick to freelancing is to understand there are two types of jobs you can do. One is a skilled work that you can get after years of experience, and then there's just the stuff that people just don't want to do. You'll make more money for these skilled jobs, but there's a time for those other types of jobs too because they're super easy to get and they start making money immediately. Now, I've got an entire video on part-time work-from-home jobs that highlights 10 of these easy-to-get jobs that pay from $10 to $30 an hour. These are jobs like transcriptionist, lead generation, travel planning, all the kinds of jobs you can do in 15 to 20 hours a week from home to make a couple of grand a month. So I'll leave a link to that in the video description below. Going after those skilled types of jobs like consulting, social media management, and marketing, you can start charging from $50 an hour and up. The chart here is from a Payoneer survey of 23,000 freelancers in 180 countries, so the wages are actually a little lower than you'd expect. Almost all of the freelancers I know average at least $20 an hour, and most charge between $30 to $100 an hour. Even working part-time freelancing, that means less than 3 months to reaching your $10,000. And I know freelancers that do it every single month. The key to freelancing is having more than one income stream. In that Payoneer survey, 80% of freelancers were working on 3 projects at a time, and 12% worked on between 4 to 6 projects at once. That means even as some projects are ending, some are starting, and you always get that steady stream of income. So visit a few freelancing sites to get a feel for how to get started. These include sites like Upwork and Freelancer.com. The pay isn't always going to be great for projects on these because you're competing with freelancers all over the world. Do a few projects though, and you can start charging higher rates on the quality of your work, and you'll start getting a lot of referrals. Our 5th way to make $10,000 fast is starting a channel here on YouTube, and this one is going to surprise you how much you can make. I started devoting 10 hours a week to my YouTube channel in January of 2018 with just 20 subscribers. By the end of 2018, I was at over 37,000 subscribers and had made over $10,500 just on ads alone. And that's not even including nearly $8,500 in sponsorships and affiliate commissions. I now average over $2,500 a month in YouTube ads and another 1,000 or 2 in sponsorships, and that number is growing every single month. There are a lot of great channels here on YouTube about growing your own channel, and I'm sharing my own experience on my blog. The most important point I found, and I know this doesn't seem like much of a secret, but just to be consistent. Commit to producing at least 1 video a week, publishing on the same day and the same time every single week. Put in the time to really engage with your community and put out some solid content. This isn't something that's going to be quick and easy. In fact, it's probably going to take more work than some of these other ideas we'll talk about, but this is one that can quickly grow way beyond that $10,000 payday. Your biggest hurdle to making money on YouTube is just getting started. I know for a lot of people it can be intimidating to put yourself out there, creating a video and posting it online. You just need to get over this and just get started. Spend a week learning how to create and grow a YouTube channel, but set a firm deadline for uploading your first video. 6th on our list is another fun one, growing crickets, mice, or other live pet foods. Now this one surprised me the most researching for the video because it's so odd but makes more money than you possibly imagine. Live crickets are bought for fishing, as pet food, and some people even eat them as a source of protein. The beauty of farming these is that it can be done in very little space with very little work, and the market is booming. I talked to one guy that raises crickets and mealworms making $4,000 a month on part-time work. With crickets, you need just one container for the adults, one to incubate the eggs, and one for the baby crickets. You put a small tray of topsoil in the adult container and wait for the crickets to lay eggs in it. A single female cricket can lay 10 eggs a day for life, so it's not going to take long to really grow your farm. Every day you mist the topsoil to keep it moist, take out the tray with eggs to put them in the incubator. When the crickets start hatching, you move those to the kindergarten container until you're ready to join the adults. That's it. In less than an hour a day for a small operation, you can easily make a few $100s a week. You can sell your crickets, mice, or mealworms to pet stores, zoos, or through your own online site. Now, our seventh way to make $10,000 fast is to sell everything you own. This one sounds extreme, but sometimes that's what you need to get out from a bind. Research out of the insurance industry estimates that the average American has over $20,000 worth of personal belongings. Now, I'm not talking about just selling that treadmill that's become a coat rack or the ab roller you're clearly not using. If you need to make 10 grand, you're going to have to sell everything. Now, where you sell your stuff is going to be the important part here, because you'll get far more for it online than you will at a garage sale or consignment shops. Start by selling anything you can on eBay, doing a search for each item to see how much you can get, and then estimating your shipping costs. Odds are that this is going to be the best you're going to do, so give it a couple of weeks before you try another strategy. Now, you can also use Amazon if you've got anything in the original packaging or with a UPC barcode. One trick I found is that if you have the original box, you can always get it plastic wrapped to make it look new. Look, I know you think you need that microwave, the blender, and all the little gadgets and electronics around the house, but if you need a lot of money fast, this is going to be one of the easiest sources. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with the best videos on beating debt, making more money, and making your money work for you. If you've got a question about money, just subscribe to the channel and ask it in the comments below. We'll make sure you get an answer in a future video.